My name is Bobby Griggs. I'm a Freemason. I was initiated, passed, and raised at Kingston Lodge 315 in Berea, Kentucky. The lodge I currently am a member of is O.D. Henderson Lodge, number 437. O.D. Henderson Lodge is a small lodge. We have a 20 by 40 building that we've met in since 1867. We're one of the few lodges in the state that still meets in its original building. I'm past master of that lodge. I'm currently serving as secretary. And we may be a small lodge, but we do a lot of big things. For a lodge with only 41 members, we now are starting to give 2 scholarships to students in Estill County, one to a student who's going to college and one to a student who is going to go to a tech school. And we also give to the local backpack program that helps to feed children on the weekends, gives them food that they can take home and unfortunately have to hide from their parents so the parents won't sell it for drugs or whatever. We also we give away candy at Halloween. We give food baskets to our widows at the holidays so they'll have enough food to make a holiday meal. There's bicycles. We give away 6 bicycles a year. So for a little small lodge, we do a lot of big charitable activities, and that's just a few of them. We do a whole lot more than that even, which makes me really love that lodge, and just something about the flavor of it that just makes it special to me. I was influenced to become a Freemason because of a friend of mine there in Madison County. He was a circuit judge in the area, and he was talking about Freemasonry, and I just happened to approach him and say, well, what is Freemasonry and how do you become one? And that started my journey. When I initially came into Freemasonry, I had no idea what to expect, to be honest. No one in my family had ever been a Mason, and I really didn't know what all entailed. Now, has it met my expectations? I would say not. It's far exceeded my expectations. The joy I've gotten out of it is immeasurable. What I most like about Freemasonry is the fellowship that I have with my brothers as I travel across the state. I've traveled extensively from the furthest western parts of the state to the furthest east, and everywhere I go, the brotherhood has just been tremendous. What I least like about it is the occasional instances where brothers don't behave as Masons should behave. That's rare, but it does happen on occasion, and we need to guard our west gate better. My interest outside of Freemasonry really paint me as something of a nerd, really. I love mathematics and computer science. I was a teacher by trade before I retired, and now that I've retired, I've become more and more a computer geek. I build computers, I game on them, I use them for productivity, I use them to track spreadsheets for the Constitution quiz that I administer throughout the state, and it's just primarily where my interests lie, except for during the summer when I enjoy floating in my pool and doing nothing. The friendships I've developed through Freemasonry have been extensive. It's just marvelous to think about the number of brothers I've met that I would not have had the opportunity to meet under any other situation. I've met brothers all over the state. I've met brothers in other states, and from all walks of life, people that I never would have had the opportunity to develop a friendship with, and it's it's hard to explain how much that's benefited me as a person. It's helped make me become a better person. It's strengthened me, and it's just a resolve that you have in knowing that you have brothers everywhere that have your back. I had the pleasure this year again of serving the Most Worshipful Grand Master as the chairman of the Committee on Masonic Scholars, which means do the Constitution Quiz. Constitution Quiz originated in 2016 under the Cloyd Baumgartner's year, and it's progressed over the years into a better and better quiz. It really entails a quiz over the Constitution that governs us as a body. We have a Constitution that is a living document, if you will, that changes each year at our grand session. And this is the 10th year of the quiz now, and it's just something designed to get people to actually look at the quiz. It's not so much a pass-fail thing, because the intent is for everyone to pass it, but it enables brothers to look at the document, see what it entails and how it governs us, because that's important. It helps us to carry ourselves in the way that a Mason should. It helps us conduct the activities in the lodge on a structured basis as Masons should, and it's just something that I've really enjoyed over the years. I feel that if there is anything that Freemasonry is missing at the current time, it is the drive or the ambition or ability to embrace our society as it is now. We've become a highly technological society, and there is a tendency to not want to embrace that and to utilize that as a tool in Freemasonry. Whether we like it or not, it is prevalent, and it's something that our enemies are going to use. So it's important that we utilize it effectively and to our benefit. The question of the participation of brothers in Freemasonry is something that alarms me quite frequently. I mean, when we look at it and think that 10% participation in our meetings is considered average, or a plus if you can have that much, that's kind of sad. I look at it from a historical perspective. During World War II in the prison camps in Europe, the lodges that formed in the prison camps where it was dangerous to even admit that you were a Freemason averaged 75% attendance in their lodge meetings, yet we're happy to get 10%. How do we fix that? I think we have to reach out to our brothers who aren't coming to lodge more. There's programs that can be used. We have email, we have social media that can outreach to them. We can use services like phone bites to call them. But the primary thing is we have to let them know that we care about them and that we would like to have fellowship with them and try to get them into lodge. Now, is all this going to be successful? Who knows? But if we can just get 1 or 2 or 3 to come back, it'll be a plus for us. But we need to get better participation. There's too many other things in the world now that entice them to get away from it because there's so many other activities. And it's difficult for a young man, particularly who is a Mason, with family and job and things, because or the way our economy is now, sometimes they have to work 2 and 3 jobs. But we have to do our best to make them know that we want them there. Why Freemasonry? It's an interesting question to think about, because there were many other organizations that I could have joined. But the one thing that enticed me to Freemasonry is when the explanation was given to me when I asked about it initially, is that it is a group of men who all believe in God, not necessarily all of one faith, but men who believe in God, who have this desire to become better men. And the fact that it's a society that takes good men and makes them better men is what which is what drove me to become a Freemason, and why I've enjoyed it so much.